everybody, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to give you a tour of our hotel room and share with you some tips to help make your 14-day quarantine in Singapore as good as it can be. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Gemma and we spent my maternity leave traveling the world, and we've just left the United Kingdom and moved to Singapore for 2 years. As you can see behind me, we're just at the end of our 14-day quarantine in Singapore. So in this video, I'll give you a tour of our room. I'll share with you some of our experiences before we arrived in Singapore, at the airport, and whilst we've been in quarantine, and I'll share with you some tips to help make your stay as easy as it can be. So let's take a look at the room. Firstly, let's talk about hotels and rooms. If you're watching this video, the chances are that you're about to embark upon your own 14-day quarantine, or you're just curious about what the experience is like. We did a lot of research when we were in the UK before coming here, because the thought of being trapped in a hotel room with a 2.5-year-old with no outdoor access made me lose sleep. I was really anxious about the situation, and I have noticed on some of the forums that I did join, other families and other parents are experiencing the same panic and anxiety. Let me tell you that we emailed every single hotel that was on the government website that did stay at home notice. We gave them our dates to request if they had a junior suite, which is the cheapest available option, and all of them were fully booked. They're probably fully booked for the next 3 or 6 months. The only suites that were available were the executive suites that were around 5,000 Singapore dollars or 5,000 United Kingdom pounds, which is way outside of our budget. So before we came here, we knew that the option for a suite for us was not on the cards. The second thing that happened is that we were not able to select our room and or connecting rooms. It's really luck of the draw. Once we got through immigration at the airport, we were taken to have our COVID test for all 3 of us, George included. So all children under the age of 12 will have to be tested as well. And then you are escorted onto a bus. Once you're on that bus, if you want to ask the driver where you're going, most of the time they will tell you. And our driver told us we were going to the Swissotel, which, as you can imagine, was a massive relief, because we knew through our research that there's only 2 hotels, I think, that have got balconies, and the Swissotel was one of them. So after a 12-hour flight, 4 hours going through immigration, COVID test with a 2.5-year-old, I'm hot, I'm sweating, I've got no water, I need a wee, and then I find out we're at the Swissotel. It was a massive moment of relief, and I'm not going to lie, I almost cried. Once we got to the hotel, we did request connecting rooms, and there was some available. If you're looking to keep fit and active during quarantine, you can rent exercise equipment for 3, 7 or 14 days. Type into Google Happy SHN and you'll see a variety of equipment that gets delivered to your door. We got ourselves a spin bike for 200 Singapore dollars for our 14-day stay, and as you can tell, I've only used it once. Totally out of breath. Let's get off this machine and let's go and find the bathroom. Welcome to the bathroom. It's got a good sized shower with 2 heads, I would suggest if you are staying here with young children or you're slightly unsteady on your feet, that you request with reception for a slip mat, and that can just go in the bottom of your shower to avoid any incidents. Towels you have to request from reception, and you can only do that every 3 days. You get a big towel, little towel, bath mat, flannel and a hand towel. It's limited on space in terms of storage, and bear in mind you'll also be using your bathroom as your washing up area and your clothes washing area if you don't use the laundry service. So something here that I would recommend is that from the UK, we always travel with one of these. We were hoping that we might have a bath for George, but we didn't get one. And that's because the sinks in this hotel, when I've been washing up or washing the clothes, it keeps getting stuck. So we've actually pulled the metal thing out like this, and then we just swap it and use this plastic thing. Got it off Amazon. It's any size fits all, cost me about £2. Consider we brought with us some hand soap. The hotel does provide you with soap, but it's the little bars of soap which don't really work well with George. And we did bring a sponge and a sponge. This is for wiping down areas and for doing our washing up. You can buy these items here at the main supermarket, Lazada. I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly, but that takes 2 to 3 days to deliver. So we just brought a few of these things with us. If, like me, you need several cups of coffee to kickstart you in the morning, I would recommend bringing your own cup. The cups in the hotel are okay, but they're not as big as this one, and it's just more comforting to have something from home. We would also recommend bringing your own cutlery, as the ones provided by the hotel are wooden, which is fine if the food doesn't require serious work, aka the chicken. We also brought a massive bag of tea bags because, well, I'm British. Can you ever have enough tea bags? The kitchen area does come with a coffee machine, and then you are given mini cooler or fridge that comes in our room. Quite small. Get your little plates and some cups. On here would be the red cups, but they're in the washing up. And then for the adults, the wine glasses. So I'll just quickly show you in our connecting room how we have this set up for our family. This is the kitchen area that we've created in our hotel room. We have brought items from home, and then we have used the apps and got next day delivery. 7-Eleven is an app that we've used regularly because you can get 1 or 2 items and it's delivered within 15 or 20 minutes. Whereas, as I stated earlier, some of the bigger items that were requested from the supermarket took up to 3 days to get delivered. So it's worth bearing that in mind. And right now we're surviving off peanut butter sandwiches or jam, honey, we're topping them up with fruit and yogurt, veg where we can, and trying to limit the amount of sugar that he does consume because there's nowhere to burn it off. Something that you might want to bring with you is Ziploc bags. For any food that they don't eat or consume that you want to maybe order a takeaway and save some, pop it in your Ziploc bag and then you can keep it in the fridge. Another big thing to bring with you is bin bags. Bed sheets. You have to order your bed sheets from reception and you have to change them yourselves and then put them in an empty bag and then leave them outside of your room. Every room in the Swissotel Stamford has this leather box, which I believe is for champagne in pre-COVID times. We've designated this as the toy area. Obviously, when you've got children, I think one of the main problems or pressures is how do I keep them entertained? You've obviously restricted with your weight allowance as well. You'll find that most hotels do have a Facebook page, and you can go on there and you can request any items to be sent to you or for people to share things. We did that and we were fortunate enough... Green apple. We were fortunate enough to have some other families here that had run out of toys that shared them with us. But successful items that we brought have been balloons, yes, Paw Patrol and toys, which don't weigh much. Play-Doh has been a massive thing that's gone down really successfully here.
Bubbles.
Bubbles, another one. And as you can see, No. As you can see, Paw Patrol's on there. We always travel with our Amazon Fire Stick, and Daddy suddenly figured out how to download a VPN for free, and that allows us to access my UK Amazon Prime account, and we can access lots of other television shows from different countries. So an Amazon Fire Stick is a really useful thing if you don't want to be playing things from your laptop and using a HDMI cable, because you're limited on room as to where you would put the laptop, especially if you've got children. It's fair to say that most people facing the prospect of 14 days trapped inside a hotel room really want to have a balcony. And here in our hotel room, you have to wear a mask when you are on the balcony. So come with me and I'll show you the view. It's quite small, but it's worked really well, and we found it really helpful just to come outside. And although you can't breathe fresh air per se, mentally it really helps. We've had the door open, and that's allowed us as well to try to acclimatise to the heat and humidity of Singapore. And it's been a great view, and you know, we're really fortunate to have landed here in the Swissotel Stamford. A few other things that are worth mentioning. You have to order your meals at the Swissotel Stamford before 12 p.m. If you don't get any food the next day. Every day you get a phone call from the ministry, and they ask you how you are and whether you are staying inside your hotel, and to check on your mental health. I'm lucky enough to be isolating with my family, but I know of other people and colleagues that have been isolating by themselves, and they really enjoyed having these conversations. The people are really upbeat, they're very friendly, and more importantly, they have the time to talk to you if you need them to. So all in all, I think our experience here at the Swissotel Stamford has been really enjoyable. We've seen some fantastic views from the balcony. I've worked remotely. Nathan and George have had a fantastic time hanging out, and Daddy daycare, and I think you've really just got to make the best of the situation. Lower your expectations and the pressure on yourself if you're here by yourself or you're here with children. You know, not everything's going to go swimmingly smooth, and you are going to have off days. I had a really bad off day on a Tuesday, I think, and I just decided, no, I'm going to paint my nails, I'm going to do my hair in the evening, I'm going to have a face mask, and I'm going to order Western takeaway food just to help get me through that. So you just got to do whatever you've got to do to get through it. But we're almost there now. Tomorrow we get out, and we can start apartment hunting, and I can't wait to go and walk outside. But it's been fantastic. So thank you very much to Singapore, to the Swissotel Stamford, and let's get some freedom.